We're finally getting into the Batshelf.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Matt and Stu Review, where we're taking a look at your favorite toys from yesterday and today. Stuart, what do we have on the table?
There's nothing on the table.
Yeah, where's our toy for today?
You're going to choose our toy for today.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Follow me.
So before I tell you about the Batman that you chose off the Batshelf, why don't you tell me why you chose this Batman?
I chose him because he was in the front row. He has like a really big bellowy cape, and he's like a little more like buff and like thick Batman, I would say. And like I like this style of bat symbol on his chest. So I don't know exactly what it's from. It's kind of cool, and like I like the utility, like the brand utility belt had some good contrast. Seemed like there was something going on here.
That's awesome. So you chose one of my favorite Batmans that I actually have in my collection. This is a custom Batman. So he's actually a hodgepodge of parts. He is a McFarlane Dark Knight Returns body with a Mezco Golden Age Batman head. So if you see, he's got kind of that smiley, smug, short-eared. Yeah, I love that kind of campy version of Batman, you know, from that era. And I think when you put him together with the sort of really buff costume and then the custom cape that just, you know, it's kind of icing on the cake, it just makes for like a really good, strong, beefy Batman.
The custom cape is super cool. Just like there's so much movement to it. I love a wired cape because you can like really pose him. He can be standing in the wind and, you know, it looks just like inspiring.
So Batman is like one of my favorite characters. And when I first started getting into collecting action figures of Batman, I wasn't happy with something or another out of every McFarlane Batman. There was like something wrong. This guy had a really stupid looking head, frankly. He had like a tiny little dweeby head, but the body was so cool. And I was like, I like that for Batman. So how do I make this into a Batman that kind of checks all my boxes?
All right, so you customized it.
I did customize it. So I went and I found the Mezco heads. Someone was selling them as fodder, which is what they call action figure parts when they sell them on eBay. Someone was selling like a package of 5 different Batman Mezco heads, and I went ahead and took a chance on those, grabbed one of the heads. I've ordered a few different capes from this maker. They're called GPSlot. They sell on eBay as well. And
like glues down, or you glued it down, super glued it on?
Yeah, I super glued it down to the shoulders to kind of, you know, make sure that it stayed and laid exactly how I wanted.
Pretty cool.
And yeah, he's kind of for that style of, you know, a blocky Batman. He's really, you know, my number one. Neither of you or I really read comic books, but the current Batman in comic books actually kind of looks like this.
Oh, really?
He has a big symbol. He has almost that same huge bat symbol on his chest that actually comes off and turns into an axe. So they're doing like some real crazy stuff over at DC with the absolute characters right now. But, you know, always reimagining for the next generation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, the cape is really cool. I love how it's like each segment is wired and everything like that. Is this meant to be a Batman cape or just a black cape?
It is meant to be a Batman cape.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and usually they even have them made for a specific figure. I'm not sure which one this was like designed for, but I really liked the scalloped look. You've got it kind of spread out there, really showing off what it can do.
Yeah. I don't know. Has something. Phantasm? Is that what was it? What was the one where he's like on the cover of something with his like mask all super big?
The movie, I think Mask of the Phantasm, he does have his cape
like furled out
like that. It's awesome that it stays like that too.
It is, yeah.
Matt, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this Batman?
I'm gonna give this Batman a 9. I think 9 out of 10. It's got the Batman body and everything is really cool. He does have some pin joints, so that's the only thing I think that could be done better. But like as far as like body type, detail, things like that, it's a bit of a basic paint job. But I don't know where else you'd add a lot of complexity to a Batman costume. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a weird one with like weird Azrael colors or something like that. You know, he's black and gray, so that makes sense. There's no like shading or anything like that in there, but again, I don't think that really matters a whole lot.
I've thought about even customizing him more to add some shading and maybe a wash on him, but I don't know, I find sometimes less is more. Like it's a real fine line between like good shading and a dirty looking action figure.
I could see that, yeah. Really posable, which is really cool, which I think is pretty important for a Batman figure too. Obviously, there's no like accessories or anything like that, but that's just because he's off the shelf out of like a bin or something.
And I have a few different batarangs. I think I have, you know, at least some fists and some open hands for him that work with him as well.
What's your rating?
I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I don't
Okay.
think he is the perfect Batman, but he is definitely he's more than the sum of his parts. I was really happy to assemble a Batman out of figures that I kind of could take or leave that I really love. Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been my custom kit-bashed McFarlane Mezco Batman.
And we want to hear from you. What Batman off the Batshelf do you want us to pull down and review for you? Let us know in the comments below, and maybe we'll select that one next time.
Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.